channel. In today's video, I will be sharing with you quite a few sensory bins that are safe for young babies that try to taste everything and put everything in their mouth. I also have my 10 months old right next to me, so if there is any noise, that is why. She is just playing in the background. She might join me. Here's the star of the show. Juliet is 10.5 months and I've been trying out all sorts of sensory experiences for her. I love doing sensory bins. I have two older children who are 5 and 7, and I've always done lots of activities. There's a lot of research about the benefits of sensory bins and getting your children introduced to all sorts of gooey, squishy textures as early as possible. In essence, it promotes them being more open to textures also in their foods. So honestly, even feeding solids to your child can be a sensory experience that will benefit their development. Out of all sensory bins, Juliet enjoyed mostly the wet ones that included any kind of water, any kind of like watery textures. So there is quite a few that we tried out. Number one was just water. I added a little bit of food coloring to it because I love food coloring. I like adding them to all of my sensory bins. By the way, if you have older children and you love this sort of content, check out my activities for children. I've been filming these videos for years, ever since my oldest was a little baby. Most favorite and one of the most successful sensory bins is just water with some pouring toys. Babies will enjoy getting wet, so make sure you create a space where it is okay to get wet. We just did it outside on our patio and I put a picnic blanket for her. I did a few pouring toys from Lovevery and also a few balls, some of them sensory, some of them that make sounds, into the water. When the water splashed out on the picnic blanket, she equally enjoyed splashing through it because it made this very funny noise. The next one that Juliet loved was water and some rocks. The rocks that I used were pre-washed. I added them into the sensory bin and I actually placed the two sensory bins side by side. The one with just water and toys was warm and the one with rocks and water was cold. I also made the water and rocks one blue just for the color association, very light blue again, because it's going to be spilled everywhere. For the next sensory bin, I used chickpea pasta and water. The chickpea pasta was perfect for this activity because it is a bit more rubbery than wheat pasta or rice pasta, so I highly recommend. I think mine was from the brand Bunza, and Juliet really enjoyed digging in it, getting her hands, pulling it out, crawling with it. It was safe for her to put in her mouth. And then I also added a few rocks because she really enjoyed digging the rocks from inside the pasta. Also tried out quite a few sticky and colorful sensory bins with Juliet. The sticky one my older children absolutely loved. All you need for that one is gelatin and some food coloring as well. And you just need to make sure with gelatin, what I've learned, put it in a big saucepan and sprinkle gelatin on top, let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes and then warm it up so it has the time to soak in. Otherwise the texture could be a little weird. And then warm it up and then you can add the food coloring to it and create this amazing experience. I created 2 layers, one was pink, one was green, and the children had the most fun with that sensory bin, all of them. After I mixed in the food coloring in the saucepan, I put it in the fridge in the Tupperware to cool off when I did the other color, and then I poured it on top and stuck it in the fridge really quickly so it would solidify on top. So when they were digging their hands in there, you can see there's multiple colors, and this was the best slimy experience that you can provide little babies because gelatin is completely natural, and the food coloring is also, I used the natural one. For the next sensory bin, I used the finger paint kit from Eco Kids. It has 4 colors and they're all natural. They're colored with vegetables and fruits, and the texture is very similar to the salt dough. And Julie just enjoyed getting messy and playing with colors. We also tried out the scarf sensory bin, and I'll tell you, this was probably her least favorite, even though we did have fun playing peekaboo with colorful scarves. The next super fun sensory experience is ball pit. I've always had ball pits with all of my children, even though it's not as natural. The kids will absolutely love it. We'll just dump all of the balls on the floor, and Juliet loves going through them, kicking them. She also is throwing the balls back in the ball pit or out of the ball pit, working on her gross motor skills. Enjoyed it. Stick around, check out my playlist. There's lots of ideas. Oh yeah, I love creating this sort of content, so I hope you will be part of it.